KDB. Is fire.
Beats Planet.
All right. Let me hit that button there. Let me move this out the way. Give me some volume here. Okay. Let me turn off Bobby Caldwell in the headphones because I was listening to Bobby Caldwell in the headphones. Okay. Let's put on the big joints. Okay. We good. Let me pull up the chat box so I can see. Wait. All right. Wait. All right. Now let me put me on the. Hey, what's up, y'all? Cooling. This was supposed to be Scoutcast. Brother Jeff has some obligations to obligate, so we're gonna let Brother Jeff obligate and get his rest and do his Mavs research and continue to watch his film. I've harassed him long enough. We're gonna watch O-line, so that episode of Scoutcast will be tomorrow. However, I kind of promised y'all we was going to have an episode today and tomorrow. So I can't just give y'all one when I said I was going to give y'all two. That's just silly. So we're going to go live right now, and we're going to go live tomorrow for the Scoutcast. And we're going to do some work Friday with Brother Foster King. So please stay tuned for that. But as of now, we got Lombardi's Draft Talk. We'll normally do it on Thursday, but we just switcherooed y'all asses up one time. And it should be a cool little show. Should be a cool little show. With that being said, I kind of got some things I wanted to talk about today. Some light. Every now and then I like to hop on and stir the pot, just a little bit. Some people think I stir the pot for views. No, because I get those regardless. I stir the pot because sometimes you don't want the ingredients at the bottom of the pot to get too hot to get stuck to the pot. You know what I mean? You need to incorporate the ingredients, so you got to stir it up. You know what I'm saying? So everything can get happy in there. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I have to do this just to make sure everybody's brain is in the right place. You ain't got to agree with me, but your brain got to be in the right place. And I just want to come here today to have that thought with y'all. AR Cowboy 88, salute, drop 5 in the super chat. Voch, it's your birthday, G? ? Indubitably. Oh man, I knew I liked your vibes. Pisces gang 3-9 over here. Your birthday's on March 9th. Yes, I turned 29 today. I ain't really plan on turning this into a birthday stream or nothing like that, but I did indeed get 1 year closer to 30 today. So blessings, toasting, water. All that good stuff. Before we get started, I kind of just wanted to jump into it, but we got a call on the line. So let's just hear what this caller got to say. Then we're gonna hop into the show and talk about the things I was gonna talk about. What is this? This 559? What's up? Who this?
Hey, how you doing, Voch? It's Isaiah from California.
Isaiah from California. What's happening, my guy? What you got for the show?
I'm doing well. I was just looking at some mock drafts. I know you hate mock drafts, but I was looking at some of the guards that may be available in like the late 90s, 100s.
Okay.
Ben Cleveland is one that comes to mind.
Okay.
What is your thoughts on Dallas maybe doubling up on an interior O-lineman? I'm going to listen and then you go ahead.
Okay. Like drafting two interior offensive linemen in this draft right now, in just this draft. I don't think we should do that necessarily. Now we should draft offensive line every year. In my mind, you got to draft offensive line every year because if you think about your first 5 guys, then your next 3 guys, that's like 8 guys. So if you draft offensive line every single year, that like every 8 years you'll have to rotate and get a new guy then. I just think that just makes good sense. Let me fix my camera here. I just think that makes good sense philosophy wise. So would I double down at interior offensive linemen? No, because we just drafted interior offensive line last year and the year before that. You know what I'm saying? So if we were to draft offensive line this year, if we draft a tackle, they may have to play interior offensive line year 1 anyway. Or if we just draft an interior offensive line, then that'll be our guy for the year. So last year it was Biadasz. Year before that it was McGovern. Year before that it was like Williams or something. I don't know. Jog my memory if I'm wrong. But I think we've been doing a pretty solid job of just taking offensive line every year anyway. So I wouldn't double dip, but I would get one guard or tackle. And at some point, I wouldn't take them day 2 because that's where I'm trying to get my defensive guys or whatever. But if you stumble into one of those good offensive linemen with your first few picks or like a guard in the 5th round, that's the only time I do it, me personally.
Right, yeah, exactly. I think, no, you make a great point now that I think about it with Connor and then Biadasz last year. Mm-hmm. It is good business to keep putting good men in the O-line room.
Sure.
But eventually you will get diminishing returns and use about the offensive tackle having to play interior. If that's not even their strong suit, but that's the only position we have for them, that's a fantastic point.
Sure. And luckily for us, you know, I don't want this to be and look, this ain't a Cowboy show. This is draft for everybody. It just happened to be a Cowboys question. I just want to say that right now. Cowboys in particular are in a situation where, you know, you have a left tackle. So even if you draft left tackle, whether it be Sewell or Slater or whoever it be, just put him at guard. That'll be your guy. If anything happens to a Tyrant, then you move that guy over, and that person's probably going to be your future tackle anyway. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, plenty of people ask me, you know, should we let go of Connor Williams? You may not like Connor Williams, but you know that if Connor Williams played for you, you know that you got a solid starter in Connor Williams. You ain't got a Chaz Green situation with Connor Williams. So just you need as if you're trying to make a Super Bowl run, and this for every team for real. If you really trying to make a Super Bowl run, you need as many guys as you can. Even the guys you don't like. You need them all. Taco Charlton was a very important part about the Chiefs getting to the Super Bowl. They ain't win it because they couldn't block, but Taco helped get there. You need everybody.
Definitely. I think the PTSD of seeing Dak and then eventually Dalton and DiNucci run for the life, you just want as many good linemen as possible. But yeah, if you have the opportunity to improve the edge or interior defensive lineman, it doesn't make sense to get an interior offensive lineman, even if he is the best player on the board at, say, I don't know their picks right off the top of my head, but exactly, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I feel you. But, hey, great call, though, man. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it, yeah. Isaiah from California, hope to call again soon.
Matter of fact, let me go ahead and put you in, man. Hold on, let me go ahead and tap you in as Isaiah from California. Let me just hit this button here. Don't hang up. Isaiah from California. I spell California. Isaiah from California. All right, appreciate you. You're a platinum now. We'll know it's you next time. Salute.
Thank you, Gabby.
Yeah. So, I got a question, y'all. I've been dropping some film sessions on my corners as of late. I dropped the film session on Cornerback 4, Patrick Surtain. Oh, shit, we got Super Chats. Hold on. I dropped film on Cornerback 4, Pat Surtain, Cornerback 3, Caleb Farley. I'm going to drop film on Cornerback 2 and 1, J.C. Horn and Kelvin Joseph or whatever. So this is my vibes here, right? I'm not the only person that feels comfortable with the idea that J.C. Horn and Kelvin Joseph might be better than Caleb Farley and Pat Surtain. So in my mind, if you'll take Pat Surtain or Caleb Farley top 10 because entities say so and you feel good about it. You know, yeah, okay, preseason, we're talking about Surtain and we talking about Caleb Farley top 10. All right, cool. If you continue to watch your film and you personally feel like, because this ain't going to be for everybody, but you personally feel like Kelvin Joseph and J.C. Horn are better than those two, then why would you be like, do you think we can trade back and get J.C. Horn, or we can trade back and get Kelvin Joseph? If you will take Surtain at 10 and you find a player that you like at 10, why don't you take that player that you like more at 10? Why don't you take that player that you like more? Just take him at 10. Like, why would you have to trade back to get him? You know, Micah Parsons has been forecasted as this top 5 kind of guy all offseason. I'm not going to pat myself on the back because I don't like being told you so guy. I'm rehabbing out of being told you so guy. But Micah Parsons is working his way out of that conversation. He was in the top 5 conversation at some point. If we like JOK way better than Micah Parsons as a linebacker, why do we have to trade back to feel better about drafting him there? Take your guy at 10. I would love to hear from some people today because I know that I got a lot of people that's in my community in particular, while there's 217 people watching live. I know it's a lot of people in my community in particular to where they would love to have JOK over Parsons, or they'll love to have Joseph or Horn over Farley and Surtain. But for some reason, they don't feel comfortable taking them yet. I want to know why. Tell me why. Lamont dropped a dub in the super chat. Appreciate you. Happy birthday, Voch. Been following you since you first came with the phrase. Man, this player has some whoop ass whoop. Man, your growth and knowledge. Your growth and knowledge is amazing. Happy birthday, my G. Appreciate you, my guy. Hold on, let me give you a walk off. Wait. I promise you, when my setup gets done, because my setup still ain't done. When my setup get done, it's gonna be crazy. Walk off for you, sir. There you go. And Ronnie Perkins. Well, Twan dropped a tray in the super chat. Appreciate you, sir. He said Ronnie Perkins, Oklahoma end. Your thoughts? We definitely gonna get into Ronnie Perkins, sir. We definitely gonna get into Ronnie Perkins. So you hold tight. I'm gonna answer your question, just not this second. I'll even put it in my notepad here. To not forget to talk about defensive ends, because it seems like every episode I find a good reason to hate on Rousseau. And I just want to stay consistent with that message, man. I just want to keep hating on Rousseau. Appreciate y'all for the super chat contributions. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to Quincy from Dallas while I catch up in the chat box real fast. I want to make sure I ain't missed nothing important. Quincy, what's happening?
Doing good. How you doing, Voch? Happy birthday, sir, by the way.
Cool, my guy. Bless. Appreciate you, sir.
I wanted to just see what your thoughts are. You know, a lot of people keep saying to trade Gallup.
Well, they're silly, sir.
Year,
go ahead. My bad.
And every year, it's proven that you can find a really good wide receiver in the draft. So I don't understand why people think you can get a second for Gallup. In my opinion, you will be able to get a starting. If you trade a starting lineman, like one of the Connors, you'll get a higher draft pick. Why? Because it's tougher to find a starting caliber offensive lineman. Not a good one. I'm just saying starting. So both Connors, you can debate whether or not they average, whether or not they're good. They are both starting caliber linemen. Mm-hmm. And teams who have people playing, a.k.a. Kansas City, who are not starting caliber linemen. We even have some non-starting caliber linemen like Steele and some other people on our line. But when you have starting caliber linemen, you are going to get higher picks. You just are. And so, in my opinion, you know, if you're going to draft, it's only 2 players at number 10 that you have to turn the card in right away, and that's Sewell or Slater. If Sewell Slater's sitting there, don't think, don't stop, put the card in, you're good to go, because I think you've talked about it many times. Our tackle Smith is going to miss multiple games every year. He has proven over the past 4 years he's going to miss multiple games. Slater is going to be his replacement. Sewell's going to be his replacement. He just is. Mm-hmm. And you can then take either Connor Williams or Connor McGovern, wherever, trade them out and get a higher pick than doing Gallup. That's just, my personal opinion.
I do agree that it's harder to find offensive linemen than receivers. I think that if you got quality players on your team, you shouldn't trade them just for the hell of trading them. I think sometimes fan bases want to get a little too cute with draft pick accumulation, because all you're going to do is take that draft pick and draft somebody that you hope can start for you. You might as well just keep the dude that you know can start for you. You know what I mean? And just kind of add because you don't want to even out. You don't want to get rid of somebody just to bring somebody else in and just even out. You want to get multiple good people. So just keep galloping, keep both the corners. In my opinion, I mean, and honestly, just something else that you said earlier, I don't think it's easy to find a receiver. I think the last 2 years, fans have been spoiled with the idea of receiver to just kind of come in and play.
That's fair. That's fair.
But just because C.D. Lamb and Justin Jefferson did good, don't mean Ruggs and Rager did. You know what I'm saying? So let's just hold on to Gallup. You know what I mean? He's a good player for you. But yeah, I'm just not trying to trade nobody. I just trust your front office to find good guys like they always have, and you'll be fine, in my opinion.
Then the other question I have for you, maybe you'll talk about this tonight.
Yes, sir.
Is with the cornerbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really that big of a drop off from the top 5 first grade cornerbacks that you have and the top 5 second round cornerbacks? Because if not, to me, I pick up a cornerback in the second round. So I mean, I know you probably talk about that tonight, but wanted to see what your thoughts were on that.
That's a great question, by the way, and that's a great question for all 32 teams. So technically, the drop off is big. Technically,
okay,
but not like stupid, huge big though. Like it's like noticeable. Like clearly, J.C. Horn is a better cornerback than insert player, but I can find you some really good corners in the second, third, and fourth round though. Greg Newsome is good.
Right.
Paulson Adebo is good.
I like Greg Newsome.
Melifonwu, little brother. Samuels is good. Melifonwu, little brother, is good. You know what I'm saying? I just found myself constantly watching guys. They can play this year. Molden is good. So is it a drop off in the sense of, is Elijah Molden as good as Patrick Surtain? Nah, he's not as good as Patrick Surtain. But can you find starters in the third and fourth round? Shit, yeah, you can.
Gotcha. Well, that's all I had. I just wanted to ask the question. As always, you do a great job, and keep up the good work, sir.
Bless King. Appreciate you, sir. 100%, Mr. Wolf. Hey, if y'all want to call into the show, the number's on the screen. Feel free to call in, and you can talk about whatever it is here that you want to talk about, whatever's on your mind. Y'all saw my thumbnail, so you kind of know my vibes a little bit. But to call into the show, the number is 515-606-5187, access code 309104. So Twan asked me earlier about my thoughts about Ronnie Perkins, the edge from Oklahoma. This is what I want to do, because I don't just want people to just think I'm out here hating. Got my notepad right here. I like to write things down. I'm not one of these typey people. I got super chats. Hold on. I got super chat. Okay, cool. Shouts out to Coach Evans. Dropped the dub in the super chat. Birthday vibes from Sip the Tally fam. And thanks for sending the Army last week. Hey, man, appreciate you. Salute, Coach. Wakanda forever. Black actors, all that good stuff. Appreciate you. Anytime, my good sir. Anytime. See, chat box, when we go and help other people, we get them views and hold it down for they Dovsky Woski. You know what I'm saying? They come back and show us love. They just shouted y'all out. Let me give y'all a little bit. Let me give y'all a little bit of a fight song for that. You know what I'm saying? Let me give you a fight song. Let me give you a fight song. I'm going to attempt to name the edges that I think are better than Greg Rousseau. And what I would like to do is for the chat box, while I'm naming defensive ends better than Greg Rousseau, I would like for you all to also name defensive ends better than Greg Rousseau. No particular order. Before I get started, Coach Evans from Sip the Tally Films, he's actually time out. I'm wrong. Let me stop for a second. Let me show love to two people before I move on. Miss Scouting Pro dropped $25 in my super chat after the show was over, because she just loved Voch and she hold it down for the Dosky Woski, all that good stuff. I saw it, but the show was over. Didn't want to forget you. Big hugs. Wakanda forever. Brother Robbie. Let me prepare my button for him. I'm going to press the button 3 times for Robbie. When the show was over again, Robbie walked up to my Cashapp in particular. The Cashapp he walked up to. Robbie put $200 in the Cash App and told me he had a birthday. So let me just one time just let me just show love to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. I didn't get a chance to thank you during the show because y'all hit me up after the show because y'all top tier and all that. So let me just one time. Let me just one time. I know, y'all ain't do it for the for the glory of it. Y'all didn't do it for the attention, but shit. Now, Coach Evans is a Miami fan. And I kind of been talking shit about Greg Rousseau for a while to him. He'd be like, hey, man, don't be talking about Miami cats. I'm like, but listen, man, Roche and Phillips are okay. I just don't like Rousseau. He's like, all right, I'm about to watch Rousseau, and I'll tell you what I think. And he came back like, all right, you can slander Rousseau all you want to. So we good to go on Rousseau slander from Miami fans. In no particular order, Jalen Phillips, Kwity Paye. That's 2. Coach always say count when you go, so them don't count. So 1, Jalen Phillips, 2, Kwity Paye, 3, Ojulari, 4, not in order. Both the Pittsburgh kids. So I'm putting both Pittsburgh kids. This ain't even the top 10 now. I'm just naming people I like more than him. Roche is 6. Ronnie Perkins is a 7th guy. I like more Perkins, and I'm gonna give y'all a little report on Perkins too, because his film was kind of interesting, the same way Neville Gallimore's was last year, same school, right? Peyton Turner from Houston. Oh my God, better than Roche. I mean, better than he is better than Roche, but better than what's his face? Better than Rousseau. Who else? Joseph Osai from Texas. That's 9. Who else? Who else is better? Let's see. I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing? Let me go to my situation. I normally see, because I'm trying to get good with names without having to go to my notes, because when we do the live draft show, I don't plan on going to my notes. I just plan on boogieing. You know what I'm saying? Oway from Penn State, even though he ain't got no sacks. Cause look, they the opposite. I like Oway's athleticism and his build and how he plays, but he ain't got no sacks. But Rousseau got all the sacks, and I don't like Rousseau. Dayo Odeyingbo, that's my guy. He actually watches the show. He's been watching the show for a couple years. He was watching the show right when he committed to Vanderbilt. Dayo Odeyingbo, I'm gonna probably do a video on him. Basham is better than. I'm just going down the list. You know what I'm saying? And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 11 guys better than Rousseau right now. And it's like the more I keep watching film, William Bradley King is not better than Rousseau. We did that on the films. We watched that in the Patreon. Y'all can go find that. But somebody was like, "Yo, man, you can tell Voch really don't like Rousseau." Like, I don't dislike Rousseau. Like, I hope he does well. I hope he finds one of my videos and use it for motivation. I hope he get rich and buy his mom a house. But damn, Carl Lewis, you know what I'm saying? Like. Who's in charge here? What are we doing? I was watching Ronnie Perkins. I'm just going to give you a little report on Ronnie Perkins and Peyton Turner. Then I'm going to go into the phone. I was watching Ronnie Perkins from Oklahoma, and first of all, like he had solid sack production at Oklahoma, but I feel like he'll have a lot more production if the Oklahoma defense coordinator wasn't terrible. Because there was plenty of times to where they'll, just like when we talked about Neville Gallimore last year, right? It's a whole bunch of gap exchanges, slants, movement up front. When he could be rushing C gap, they just kind of taking him and slamming him in the A gap or whatever. Not even, sometimes they wouldn't even gap exchange. They'll just take him out of C gap and just slam him in the A gap for no reason, just taking away his production. He flashed some good usage of his hands, some good bend, some good quickness and speed or whatever. So I'm watching Ronnie Perkins. I'm like, Better than Rousseau to me. You know what I'm saying? Then when I think about what people may like about Rousseau or whatever, they say, "Oh, well, he's long and he's got quickness or whatever." We watched Peyton Turner on my Patreon the other day. It was some 2019 film against BYU. We watched Peyton Turner on the situation, right? First of all, Brady Christensen, left tackle from BYU, overrated. I ain't gonna say it again. Peyton Turner is 6'5" with an 84-inch wingspan. So all the longness you can give Rousseau credit for, you can give Peyton Turner credit for. Peyton Turner was a monster from the edge position. Peyton Turner is a big, thick enough dude to where I look at him and be like, you could play 3-tech also. I would love to see Peyton Turner against some terrible guards from Pittsburgh and Florida State. Peyton Turner is quicker than Rousseau. He plants his foot in the ground. He can turn better than Rousseau. Why the hell are we not talking about Peyton Turner? Hold on. Let me my button. Why are we not talking about Peyton Turner? Shouts out to John Owning. Me and him have become Twitter friends over the last couple of months or whatever. My Twitter friends just keep getting more interesting. But shouts out to John Owning. He did this top 10. He went over on Jeff Kavanaugh's show. Y'all go over there and check him out if you haven't. And he did this top 10 for defensive ends, right? And like Rousseau was 10. You know what I mean? So I know he's like one of the media cats. You know what I mean? He's Dallas Morning News media cats. I wonder how long it's going to be before Daniel Jeremiah stop lying to his people. I wonder how long it's going to be before Buggy Brooks and them stop lying to their people. You know? How long we gotta keep lying to ourselves? Yeah, like if I work for, like people keep telling me, "Yo, Voch, I would love for you to work for ESPN one day." No, you don't, because I'm gonna just get fired. I'm gonna just get fired from ESPN because they're like, "All right, Voch, this is what we're gonna do. We want you to be you, right? We want you to have your own opinions. We want this thing to be authentic as possible." But Rousseau's agent, paid us off a little bit. So can you lie about Rousseau? No, I'm not. Then I'm going to get fired for hating on Rousseau. Or I'll just pull a Bomani Jones and wear what I'm thinking. I'll have a shirt that says, April Fools, I really don't like Rousseau. While I'm saying good things about Rousseau. That's how I've never seen anybody so far down the list get touted so high. Like even when what's my man's from Baylor? What's my man's from Baylor a couple years ago, the big swole cat that turned into a meme because of how shredded he was? But Sean Oakman, right? Sean Oakman was a whole meme. He had his little hype, but nobody really looked at Sean Oakman as a first-round pick. He was just a meme, and he had hype, and he had his little fan base. It wasn't like for real with Sean Oakman. Because you can watch the film and tell like what's what, you know what I'm saying? It is March 3rd on my name day, and the media people still talking about. I hate looking at a mock. Y'all love mock drafts. I hate looking at a mock draft and seeing Rousseau on it. It makes my back hurt. And then the worst part about it, I know somebody gonna draft him. My brother James B says, "I see you live. Just want to wish you happy birthday, my brother." Hey, James, you know what this means, but nobody else in the chat box know what this means. You know what that means. Appreciate you, bro. Love you. Peace. Why are we still talking about this cat? Why are we still doing it? And I don't want to make it seem like I'm hating on the cat, but damn. It's like every time I'm watching more film, I'm like, yeah, this dude's better. So watch this for my Patreon people, right? This is what we got next. For my Patreon people. We got Dayo Odeyingbo. We got Victor, long last name that starts with a D from Duke. Chris Rump from Duke. Hamilcar Rashed, Janarius Robinson from Florida State, Janarius Robinson, Jordan Smith from UAB, Joe Tryon from Washington. Those are our next Patreon film session whenever we get to them. I wonder how many of those people am I gonna like better than Greg Rousseau? I wonder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people up there. If I like 3 out of 6 of them better than Rousseau, shit's crazy. I'm about to go to the phones. I would love to ask y'all a question while y'all doing that. If you want to call into the show, the number is 515-606-5187, access code 309-104. The number's on the screen. I would like for y'all to tell me who y'all edge number 1 is. Or if you have a edge 1 through 3, tell me who your edge 1, 2, and 3 is right now. I'll be reading the chat box while I'm on the phone. You let me know. Florida Trey, what's happening, sir?
What's good, man?
Coolin', my guy.
I don't really have my bad. Happy birthday, I mean.
Salute, fella. You good?
I don't really have a top 3, but I know my top 1 is, I think Jalen Phillips, because I'm a Florida State dude, and I seen him terrorizing that. Our line is bad, but
yeah,
he was in the backfield.
It's your fault.
Every game.
It's your fault that Rousseau got this much damn hype. Whoever the hell your right guard is, that's big as hell and out of shape with the terrible feet, is his job. Rousseau got 4 sacks in 1 game, and he got all this damn hype. It's your fault, sir. You're
that dude ain't even on the team no more though.
He better not be. He better not be on the damn team no more. I'm trying out to be on the team. I got more eligibility. Go ahead, sir.
I know when you said something about Janarius Robinson, Florida State, you're gonna like him better than Rousseau too.
Okay.
He played pretty good.
Okay.
But I know everybody, they keep yelling out, get rid of Michael Gallup and all that, or whoever else they got. I don't think it's gonna be nobody who can replace him right now. You know what I'm saying? And what we gonna get from it? If it ain't a 1st round pick, it's like, he 1,000-yard receiver. You know what I mean? You can't. It's hard to replace that. You can't really just get nobody to come in and just. Even though he did miss some drops and miss some balls or whatever, but
sure.
I mean everything else he's giving us is. It's solid.
Michael Gallup is more important than the 3rd round pick you might get back for him. Yeah, I feel you.
Exactly. Exactly. So I don't know what they're doing with that. But on the cornerback, I'm thinking I love how everybody giving the respect to what's the guy from South Carolina?
J.C. Horn. J.C. Horn.
Yeah, he the best one. And him, and then I say Joseph. Patrick Surtain, I don't like the too stiff. I don't like the stiff corner. They really turn into good safeties for me, but I don't think he ready. I actually think he shouldn't even be mentioned in the 1st round if you want to know the truth. But that's not neither here nor there. I actually like Sante Samuel because I'm a Florida State guy, but I actually think he's a little bit better than Surtain.
It's
just that he's small.
If you like J.C. Horn more than Pat Surtain, would you take J.C. Horn at 10th overall?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I would take him 10th overall. I don't know why they wouldn't. He's the best corner. It's easy to see that.
Sure.
He's fast. I mean, Caleb Farley, though, it is that potential. Caleb Farley look like he can be, unworldly type, Patrick Peterson, early Patrick Peterson or something, but it's too much of an if, though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't see him play last year. So
Right.
I just don't know.
I feel you. There's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions we got, and I'll be dropping a J.C. Horn and Kelvin Joseph film session at some point, just to kind of wrap up my cornerback, talk and situation or whatever. But I just want everybody to just kind of think for themselves, man. I just don't want people to be like, I want this guy just because Daniel Jeremiah say we should get him. I want everybody to do your own research. Don't even listen to Voch. You can consult with Voch, but do your own research and come up with your own opinion, and just find out who you like and just go from there. Trust your eyes.
Yeah. Bucky, he really wilding with his draft.
Don't get me.
I don't like his list at all. It's very bad.
Don't get me started, man. I ain't gonna burn no bridge, man. You know them people listening, but yeah, he fucked up too. All right, man. I appreciate you, Florida Trey. I appreciate.
All right, appreciate.
I appreciate you, dog. Listen, man. I don't want to burn no bridge. Hey, look, I don't want to burn no bridge with nobody, but yeah, Buck goofy as hell too, man. Boy, Bucky be trying to sell the hell out of Sertan, don't he? I mean, not Rousseau. He be trying to sell the hell out of him. Boy, he be like, hey, man, hey, if you can get you a coach to figure it all out. Here's a very interesting point to where just another thing that gets me off Rousseau for a little bit, right? I agree. First of all, that Rousseau is a developmental player. And I think with coaching, Rousseau can be better. But we have to work within the idea of we have to work within the rules that we're given. What do I mean by that? If this was the 90s and I can draft Rousseau, keep him on my team for 8 years, and hope he turn into somebody, cool. Because Shaq Barrett was terrible for a couple of years, but he get his time in. He lead the league in sacks and win a Super Bowl. Cool. Everybody ain't Shaq Barrett. For every Shaq Barrett, there's 100 developmental defensive ends that don't work. LJ Collier is one of them. So in my mind, if we talking about Rousseau and we're putting all this draft analysis together with the rules that we've been given, we only got 5 years to figure this thing out. 4, really. The 5th year is an option. We call that an option for a reason. That means we can or we won't. We have the option to. You know what I'm saying? So what's so dope about first round picks with 5th year options is, yo, fam, you mean to tell me I can get a really good player for 5 years for cheap? That's crazy. With Rousseau, everybody talking about, well, Voch, what if he develops? He could indeed develop. But what if it take him 4 years to develop? What if it take him 4 years to develop? You know what I'm saying? That's my problem. So now you miss out on this whole thing trying to be patient, developmental, ego coach. I can work with that guy. If I was a coach and I'd be like, hey, coach, this is a player. This is what he's good at. This is what he's bad at. You think you can fix him? Hell yeah, I can fix him. How long you think it'll take, to fix him or whatever? Give me a couple years. I can fix him. All right. Couple years. You know when you draft players where it take a couple years to fix them? In the 4th. That's where all the other players go. All the other developmental guys go. All the other low floor, high ceiling guys, the high upside, that's where all of them go. They go in the 4th round. I don't know. Just my thoughts. Let's get Brother Joe on the phone and see what he's talking about. If I can find my mouse here. There it goes. Let's get Brother Joe on the phone. Joe like to hang his phone out the window, so let's see what he sound like today. What's up, Joe?
Hey, what's up?
Cool.
Is my volume good?
Hey, man, your volume is great today, Brother Joe. Hey, Miss Jackie in the chat box. Everybody, please make her feel as comfortable as she could possibly feel in that chat box. No shenanigans in there. Thank y'all. Go ahead, Brother Joe. I'm listening to you. You sound great, sir. Go ahead. How you doing today?
Pretty good.
My man. What you got for the show?
Hey, and this thing about the corners, I'm not really seeing this Farley why he should be taking the top 10. I don't see it.
Okay. Tell me why.
Well, it's a technique thing that I definitely saw in your film earlier, your Miami film. He gets burnt on the double move.
Sure.
Which they like to do that in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like he more so is depending on his athleticism more so than his technique.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, this sounds like a very young Byron Jones who, guess what, this guy could be a good player.
You know what?
Just wouldn't take a gamble at 10.
I like that, though. I like the Byron Jones comparison because it kind of makes sense. You know, being a super athlete. I think Byron's floor was a little higher, though. I think Byron, you know, was a natural kind of mirror-y guy or whatever. And Farley does some good work also, but that's fair. Just these super athletes that's just good at chasing people around. I'm with that 100%.
And so I have almost like a corner 3 because he does have some athleticism. I'll give him that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give him his just due on that. But I do like Kelvin Joseph a bunch. I do have J.C. Horn as my number 1 corner.
Okay.
I would gladly take him at 10, provided Slater's not there.
Mm. Okay. Fair enough. I just know there's a lot of people that like J.C. Horn better than Surtain and Farley, but they'll be like, hey, can we trade back to get him? You heavy on the internet, Twitter brand heavy on the internet, y'all probably seen this before. Can we trade back and get this guy, but I like him better than Surtain or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
If you like your guy, take him where he's at.
Take your guy, Joe. It's just my only problem with that is I like Slater more than Horn. So if Slater is there, sure, I'll take him or whatever. But yeah, I feel you on that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And there's one player I did notice when I was rewatching the Senior Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I like Ellison Smith a lot more than Rousseau.
So this is my thing about Ellison Smith, right? Ellison Smith had an incredible Senior Bowl. A couple nights ago on the Patreon, we watched Ellison Smith, and I was yawning, boy. I was sleepy. My eyes were so heavy. I couldn't keep them open. Me and Evie I took a nap in my chair. Evie took a nap on the couch. We couldn't stay woke. Ellison Smith clearly improved. Whatever it is that he did after that film that came out, we was watching Northern Iowa versus North Dakota State. So we watched him versus Dylan Redunes. Both of them put me to sleep. Both of them made me sleepy. But whatever they did going into the Senior Bowl, they got better. So I like Ellison.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, good. And I actually clear something up for you on that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think University of Northern Iowa had a season.
Right.
Past season. Right.
He didn't opt out. They didn't play football. Right. I got you. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
But I'm also with you on that. Like the more edges I'm watching,
sure.
Rousseau just loses a spot.
It is what it is, player. You know, rarely do I dislike a player. And not that I hate him personally, but just as a player. Like what I normally say is, oh, this player would be cool if they fix such and such and such and such. You know what I mean? To where I give everybody a shot. I just talk about what they fix. I'm not even giving Rousseau a shot. I just don't feel great about him. I don't feel good about him at all.
Right. And there's also the context of when you're taking him.
Is always
they absolutely hate.
Yes, brother Joe. Because look, if people was talking about Rousseau as a 5th round pick, I wouldn't be shitting on Rousseau like this. It's just it comes with the with the media scouts and shit. That's all you got though, brother Joe?
Yeah, that's all I got.
I appreciate you, man. Thanks for holding me down in these streets. Thanks for calling in, man. Salute.
Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother Joe. Nene dropped $100 in the super chat. Hey! Hey! Now, Nene must want me to come take her out on a date or something. Well, she dropping $100 in my super chat, but you trying to be my sugar mama? What Nene doing up in there? What is she doing? Evie, you see? Well, the cat sleep. I can't talk. Evie. Okay, Evie don't want to talk, but I'm just gonna hit the war chant one more time. I just want. Thank you so much for the contribution and all that. and birthday wishes. Wakanda forever. Big hugs, big hugs. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that's coming through, showing me love on this day, on my name day, in which I've turned 29 years old. You know what I'm saying? I'm just grateful. I appreciate all y'all. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all y'all. One more time for the get down. Just we ain't doing nothing else. We ain't doing nothing else. Oh man, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I'm eternally grateful. One day when I had a Voch Lombardi barbecue, I'm gonna hold y'all down. Let me recap my when I had a Voch Lombardi barbecue. Let's see who can come. AR Cowboys, Lamont, Dre Treefer. Did I acknowledge Jay Treefer? He ain't have a question, but he dropped the 20. So appreciate you, Jay Treefer, Twan, Coach Evans, Adrian. Did I acknowledge Adrian? I did not. Adrian dropped the deuce in the super chat. That's why project players should be fifth through seventh rounder. Sure. Thank you, Adrian. You can come to the Voch Lombardi cookout, sir. And then he dropped the hun done because she want to take me on a date. So we just going one time for the one time. Appreciate y'all. Let's get back into the phones. Then I got a quarterback question for y'all. 816. What's up? Who this?
Hey, this is TJ from KC.
What up, TJ from Kansas City? What you got for the show?
I mean, you were just talking edge rushers and stuff, and
TJ, hate to cut you off, man, but Wesley King dropped a dime in my super chat. He say, "Happy birthday." My bad. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
Sorry.
I forgot to say it.
Nah, TJ, you good, player. I'm so sorry for cutting you off, sir. Go ahead. You was talking about edge rushers. Go ahead.
Hey, no, it was for your money, man. I mean, I'll gladly get out of the way for your money, but
you're a good sport, man.
Just
appreciate
thinking
it.
About the top edges or whatever.
Yeah.
Three, for me, it's got to be Jalen at 1, Aziz at 2, and I'm a Michigan fan, but I think Quiddy's at 3. Just like in 2019, I didn't think I saw enough from him in terms of pass rushing moves. Like, he was just eating dudes, bullying dudes in the run game and just playing smart football, but he didn't flash as much as I wanted to, and a lot of his sacks were coverage sacks, and then he didn't play enough in 2020 for me to get a good enough feel for how much his pass rush had improved, even though it did. Like, against Minnesota, his hips were good, his arms were good, he was fast. He was generating pressure, just not getting a lot of the sacks. And it worries me because Rashawn was kind of the same way. Really good run defender, just didn't have all that much production in Michigan, and he's playing better now, but wasn't really all that good. And I feel like they're going to kind of go in the same range, like that 10 to 15 to 18 type range.
Well, see, TJ, my big thing about Rashawn, we talking about Rashawn Gary from Michigan a couple years ago. He's a Packer now. My biggest thing about Rashawn is he should have been playing 3-tech in the first place. That's my thoughts.
Facts.
Now they got him standing up or whatever, so he's moved 2 paces away from where I wanted him at. But there's a Green Bay beat writer or whatever. I'm cool with him or whatnot. Been on the show for whatever. He was like, "Hey man, Voch Lombardi said that when Rashawn Slater lined up at 3-tech, he'll be all right." And he lined his ass up at 3, and he started smoking him. But right after that, they stood him right back up and put him at linebacker. Man, why not just have a strong, athletic ass 3-tech? Why does athleticism automatically gotta project into defensive end play or edge play?
Yeah.
Put a strong ass at 3-tech and let him fly. I think Quiddy Pay will do some good things in B-gap.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I do a podcast or whatever. I'm not going to plug it, but
what's the name of your podcast, sir? Time out. What's the name of your podcast, sir?
It's called Not Just Football Guys on Spotify. Y'all can check it out.
Everybody, please go. Please go listen to Not Football Guys podcast on Spotify. We do plugs over here, sir. Not just football guys. Not just football guys on Spotify. We do plugs over here, sir. Go ahead, TJ. I'm sorry for cutting you off again.
That. Mm-hmm. But that was my thing with Rashawn too. I was like, 6'5", 270. Why wouldn't he play 3-tech? You got Dean Lowry out there. No disrespect to him, but you take a guy at 12, you got to play him there. And I was thinking, I think in that draft I mocked, I think Slater was off the board maybe, and I took Quiddy and I put him at to 10 to the Cowboys. I'm thinking, well, that gives you versatility because you could. I mean, I know Alden played a lot of the 3 and 5-tech sometimes, or he was even stand up outside 7-9 type stuff. But that, I think that adds a ton of versatility to that offense. And I think I talked about I know you like Slater, big Slater guy, and if there is a good edge on or corner on the board, you might take them. But my thinking was Connor Williams played okay, and you're going to get Tyron and Lael back.
Sure.
So where do you even try and put Rashawn into that lineup? Like, do you just say no to a second-rounded guy that you took 2 years ago who's going to be a free agent, and then you play Slater at guard where you may not get the most out of him? Or do you take a guy like Quiddy or whoever you think the best edge rusher is, whether that's Aziz or whether that's Jalen, and take him and add to that defense that needed a ton of help?
That is a fantastic question, sir. And this is for everybody listening. You should never draft what you need, because drafting, my camera keep focusing. I'm so sorry, y'all. But drafting is a 5-year conversation. It's a 3 to 5 year conversation. So just because you don't need something now, don't mean you won't need something later. Because you can be like, oh, we got a guard. We got Tyron Smith. Let's not get Rashawn Slater. Then Rashawn Slater, then Tyron Smith wake up and go ouch and retires next year. Now we ain't got no tackle. We could have Rashawn Slater. So in my mind, I'm not of the opinion that just because we draft you means you should play immediately. I don't mind sitting first rounders. I just want to get the best guys on my team. Now, at some point, we're not going to pay. The Cowboys not going to pay Connor Williams. At some point, Tyron Smith is going to retire. At that point, you're going to really wish you had a good offensive lineman. I think high enough of Slater to where I'll take that dude and let him compete with Connor Williams year one. If Connor Williams is better, fine. We'll just roll Connor Williams out there. That don't mean Slater's a bust. That just means we got 4 years to fix him, right? Then if anything happened to Tyron Smith, you got your left tackle of the future. You could just run out there. I mean, shucks, man. Connor Williams like to get hurt. You can plug Connor Williams in there. You can let Connor McGovern get competition reps. Do whatever you want to do. Lael Collins hip broke. He may not come back the same. Just get the guys, and figure it out later. So Rashawn Slater is more than just left guard insurance, but he's Tyron Smith go ouch insurance also.
Yeah. And I understand that. I was just doing that mock, and I was thinking, I mean, if you could add Quiddy or whoever you think, you know, if you like JC at 10, or if you like Quiddy at 10, if you like Rashawn at 10, like, if you had those three, how hard is it a decision for you between Rashawn, JC, and then throwing a third guy who you think is really good, who you like a lot?
It won't be a hard decision because I'm not drafting based on need. So when I'm just making my board, it'll basically go who's the best player. So if it was Rashawn Slater, J.C. Horn, and like Micah Parsons, it'll be in that order. I like Slater first, then Horn, then Parsons. If it was Rashawn Slater, Sewell, and Horn, it'll go Slater, Sewell, Horn. If it was Zach Wilson, well, I mean, I'm not in the quarterback market. But if it was like Jamar Chase or something, you know what I mean? You just gotta account for whoever the best is. So, you know, it is what it is. Don't win to dress your board.
Yeah. And I know you were talking about throw your best three edges in the chat, or who you like the most. Who are your three guys? 1 through 3.
Sir, you're gonna have to wait until April when I do these official ranking videos. What I'm just gonna let y'all you know what I'm saying? I got time to figure this out, man. As of now, it's Phillips, Ojulari, and Pay in that order.
Okay. Hey, man, great minds think alike, bro.
Yeah. But
we got something going on.
But I reserve the right to change my mind until April, so it's not official until the end of April. But that's where I'm at so far.
Yeah.
TJ, appreciate you for the call, sir. Plug your podcast one more time because we do plugs over here.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking my call. It is not just football, guys. You can find that on Spotify. You can follow the Twitter account, just not just football, guys. BRW. Can I plug my individual social?
Mm-hmm. Do whatever you want. Shit, get your.
I am TJS _, all lowercase. Appreciate you, Voch. Happy birthday, bro.
All right, man. Go over there. Check out your boy TJ, man. Go peep all this stuff out. Yeah, man. I don't mind people plugging, man. Just give me a good call. Shit, give me a good. My bad. Yeah. Just give me a good call and do what the hell you want. I encourage people. Like, look, this ain't no monopoly, fam. Like, me getting money ain't gonna stop you from getting yours. So just give me a good call. Give me a good call is all I ask. Cause shit, Space Cowboy, Brandon from Frankly Football, like people that call my show often, that's what this is for. Like, call my show and sell yourself. Sell yourself to my audience. And if my audience likes you, then they'll be like, hey, Voch, who is this person that just called into your show with all them good points? Oh, they're such and such from such and such. Go check them out. And they'll go, all right, cool, I'm about to go sub. That's how this works. How do I know that's how this works? Because I built half my audience debating Mark Holmes and whooping him on his channel. You know what I'm saying? That's how I got half my people. You know what I mean? Let me just walk hard that one time. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know? That's what this is for. That's what this is for. Who else we got in the chat box? What else y'all got going on? We got Joshua in here. Thanks for everything you do, Voch. Draft trenches. D. Draft defense. Yeah, sure. Draft D-line 100%. Draft D-line 100%. Kaiser Malenko. Drop 5 to Super Chat. Happy birthday, Voch. Chris Sims quarterback list. 1 Zach Wilson, 2 Lawrence, 3 Mac Jones, 4 Mond, 5 Fields, 6 Lance. He's been right on quarterbacks for 3 years now. Thoughts? I feel like Voch also been right on quarterbacks for 3. Voch been right on quarterbacks for like 5 years. I just don't want to be, I just don't go hard like that. Let me look at the list again. I don't dislike. I mean, of course, I've been saying Wilson 1, even though I got the right to change my mind till April. But Wilson 1, Lawrence 2. Allow me to watch some more film, but I'm really high on Mac Jones. I'm really, really high on Mac Jones. So, like, allow me to watch some more film on that to really finalize how I feel about Mac Jones compared to Fields. Chris Sims is a quarterback guy. He's a former quarterback, so of course he's probably watched all the quarterbacks in depth. I've watched the quarterbacks a little bit, but I've watched offensive line in depth because I'm an offensive line guy. So I know I really like Mac Jones. I know I like Fields a good little bit. I think Zach Wilson is incredible. I think Trevor Lawrence is really good. Allow me to watch and finalize my rankings. I actually asked the Patreon or whatever if they even want to watch quarterbacks. And a lot of people don't even want to watch quarterbacks. So I'm going to watch quarterback on my own and come up with my own thoughts or whatever. So I don't mind Chris Sims' list. I think Kellen Mond is terrible. So I call big BS on that. Big BS, big Griselda shit on that. But it's a lot of people ain't got faith in Trey Lance. He's a mobile quarterback, but I know people ain't got faith in Trey Lance like that. Like, if you took Kellen Mond off that list, because I really don't like Kellen Mond. If you took Kellen Mond off that list and it was Wilson, Lawrence, Mac Jones, Fields, Trey Lance, I wouldn't hate that list. And if you're a Cowboy fan, you shouldn't hate that list neither, because that's right brick on my brick, sir. And ma'am. Hell yeah, I want Mac Jones to be great. Somebody come trade me. So look, somebody come up to 10 and get Mac Jones. Shit. Shit. Come get him. What else? Appreciate you, sir. Happy birthday, Voch. Salute. Hope you're enjoying it. What do you think about Ifeatu Melifonwu from Syracuse? I think he's cool. He's Obi's little brother. I think he's very similar to a lot of these other cornerbacks that are super athlete dudes that may not have the best technique in the world. You know what I'm saying? But they have enough athleticism and just like play instinct to just kind of be better. You know what I mean? Not in a way that Caleb Farley is. I think Caleb Farley, because I say the same thing about him, but I think Farley's floor is a bit higher. I think Farley actually knows how to cover people. He just gets beat with his nuance sometimes. I just think Melifonwu was a good athlete in general. That just still got to learn how to play cornerback. But good size, good athleticism. Yeah, I'm fine with Melifonwu, little brother. Big Melifonwu was bad because he ain't like football, and that just ended up being bad business for him. But you know, all that good stuff. Happy birthday, Voch. Appreciate you, sir. In your opinion, who's a better linebacker, Michael Parsons or Xavier Collins? I'm partial to Collins. Where you been at? Where you been? You ain't been watching my show? Where you been? 100%, man. I think it's a couple linebackers better than Michael Parsons. I got Zavins, JOK, and I got Nick Mullen better than Michael Parsons. And it's interesting. There was this cat in the Cowboys zone forum group that was all like, Voch be out here trying to clickbait. Ain't no way Michael Parsons is not as good as these people. And shit, the more the process go on, I don't know. The more the process go on, I'm gonna fix my little focus on my camera because it's bothering the shit out of me. We're gonna get it right, I promise. I feel like I never touch technology. Like I leave my technology alone. It's plugged in right now. When it's all done, I move this sous vide bin. I move my keyboard. I move the camera out the way, and I just move on with my life. Next show, I put the keyboard here, sous vide thing. I put my I don't touch nothing. How come I got to fool with my lights every single show? I got to fool with my sound every single show. This is losing focus now. What's going on? What's going on? I don't know. You plan on doing a film session on JOK? No, because Notre Dame be acting funny about their film. I know what's the name just put out a JOK film session, but he may know some people that's allowing him to do it. I ain't that deep into the Illuminati just yet, so I'm not going to do a JOK film session. Y'all just going to have to take my word for it. Shouts out to AT, dropped a dime in the super chat. Happy birthday, Voch. Appreciate you. If you haven't already, be sure to check out Teron Jackson. I have from Coastal Carolina, sleeper edge prospect. I have. He's also a Senior Bowl guy, so I've done a good little bit of research on him. He's another one of these. I could be a small 3-tech kind of guys. I mean, he's a cool outside edge dude or whatever. I mean, he's fine. He's a fine player, and you're right. He's a sleeper guy. And when I think sleepers, I think guys that's probably gonna go day 3 somewhere. So I like him. I just think he's a cool player. He's a day 3 guy. But thanks for the dime and the super chat, sir. Let's get into the phone here. Let's get Justice on the phone. Then we're gonna listen to 100 grand and see what he hollering about today. Justice, actually, I got a real good question for 100 grand. So 100 grand, don't go nowhere. Justice, what's happening, sir?
What up, Voch? How you doing today?
Cool, my guy. What you got for the show?
First off, happy birthday, dog.
Salute.
First and foremost, bro, I'm really like missing the combine for basically for my corner, dog. Like it kind of hard to separate some of these dudes without knowing like their top speed.
Mm-hmm.
And like I just feel that for like the cornerback position in particular, that's one of the positions, if the only position that you actually reach your top speed like almost nearly every down.
Sure.
So like I certainly feel like that the Exos combine, the pro days, kind of putting out these fake numbers for these cornerbacks and these skilled players. And I would seldom, and I would really like to have the old combine back. I don't know what the NFL does and how they electrically track how fast these boys are running, but like the combine, I will never make fun of the combine again.
The combine is cool, but I don't really look at it for the 40s. I like to look at guys going back to back doing these drills. Plus, these coaches put these corners, they put everybody. They put them in these situations that's hard to get out of. Like, they know it's hard to backpedal, canted left, flip, turn right, and run. You know what I mean? They know it's hard to do that. So they want to see how easy it is for you. And that's really going to separate the great athletes from the regular ones, the loose hip cats to the tight hip cats. You know what I mean? Like they really separate them going back to back like that. That's what we really learned from the combine. But The 40 times, I don't need the 40 times necessarily. I know Pat Surtain can't run. I know Caleb Farley can run, and there's nothing that a 40 time gonna change my mind on because I got film. I got film play.
Yeah, I definitely think that the top four are the top four, no matter how you look at it. But like the bottom five, no, like not even the top four, like the top 7 corners, I feel like are pretty set. Mm-hmm. But the bottom boys, you know, the project guys that you take in like the fourth and the fourth round, the third and the fourth round are kind of like, you know, you kind of want to know, like, you know, what this dude can do athletically.
Yeah. I feel you on that. It's also a good, like a good tool to make you go back and watch guys on film. You know, like if I'm watching film and Greg Newsome go out and run a 4.39, and I go, shit, Greg Newsome just ran a 4.39. He might be my cornerback 4, and that may bump Pat Surtain to cornerback 5. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know because I really like Greg Newsome. But you know, film is always first. Film is always priority.
Definitely. And another boy from like last year that you saw that in is Ladarius Sneed. Ladarius Sneed, like, you know, I had to, before the combine, I hadn't heard his name. I only heard about the other Louisiana Tech kid, the Amik Robertson.
Sure.
And then like I heard, and then you heard that he ran like a 4.39 or something crazy like that. And you had to go back and watch the film a little bit. I know he's pretty solid as a DB, not as a pure corner, but as a DB.
Mm-hmm.
And you had the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl with a young rookie, having a very productive year.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel. Yeah, also, man, shit crazy. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I got you. Go ahead.
All right. So also, you have. I saw you at watch Ronnie Perkins. And
yes.
I just wanted to know, like that's my boy.
Okay.
Like, I think he's the second best. I think he's the best edge player out of that second round.
You think he's the best edge player in the second round?
Yeah.
Let me find my sheet of paper. I just wrote this shit down on. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. I just had it. Hold on. All right, second round. Let's just assume. Yeah. Let's just assume that the first round guys are Pay Ojulari and Phillips. Let's just assume. You like him better than Carlos Basham?
Yes.
You like him better than Joseph Osai?
Yes.
You probably like him better than Oway. You like him better than Patrick Jones?
Yes.
What you like about him in particular that makes him better than all those gentlemen?
Overall, like, I think he's just a good blend of everything. Like, he may not be as good of a speed rusher as Osai or Roche, but he got some speed to him. He may not be as powerful, as explosive as Patrick Jones, but he got some power to him.
How the hell he gonna be better than all these people you name and shit that they do better than him? What do you mean? What are you saying?
I mean, I think the blend of his abilities makes him overall better than those cats.
All right, then, play. I don't hate it. Long as you did the research, I don't hate it. But that reasoning's a bit interesting. Justice, great call, though, man. Appreciate you, bro. Let me get $100,000 up here so I can stir this pot a little bit more. Appreciate you, doc.
All right.
Yes, sir. I was just kidding around with him. I do like Perkins a little more than some of these guys. Not all of them that he said, but I like him better than some of the guys. We're gonna have to have a conversation at some point. But I do like Perkins a bunch though. Let's get DJ $100,000 on the phone so we can chop it up for a little bit. $100,000, what's happening?
It was good. First and foremost, happy birthday to my boy.
Appreciate you, sir. No. Bless. Let me ask you a question, $100,000. I know you called me to talk, but that ain't how this works. This is my show. I can call audibles when I want to. You know what I'm saying?
Do your thing, big dog.
You're an Alabama fan.
Yes, sir.
What makes Tua a top 5 pick and Mac Jones not? I like that deep breath you took because a lot of people do that when I ask. when I ask them this question, they love to take look. I could be on Twitter. They really take that time to think that tweet out before they send that motherfucker. You know what I mean? I really like to ask. You know, when they be like, I be like, but look, I set them up real good, Hungry. I set them up real good. I say, listen, man, so what don't you like about Mac Jones? Hey, man, look, Mac Jones cool, man. He do everything. It's just that it's so perfect for him. He got the best offensive line. He got the best receivers, man. So I'm like, how the hell Tua, a top 5 pick, and he had more receivers than Mac got, and he had Jedrick Wills. He got more offensive linemen than Mac got. So talk to me. Talk to me. Please.
I'm gonna tell you why.
I beg of you. Okay.
Tua was top 5.
All right.
Because first of all, Tua's career started when he stepped in.
So?
For Hurts. Right. And won that game.
Okay.
Under pressure. So that made the scout think,
Okay.
To do what he did.
You
feel what I'm saying? So come on now, the big stage to come in there and do what he did. And for him to continue to have success in his career like that, I think that's the reason why he was a top 5 pick. Mac Jones didn't do that. Mac Jones' career didn't start how Tua did. You get what I'm saying? If that would have never happened, Tua wouldn't be a top 5 pick.
But it's not.
He would have been a top 5 pick.
Okay, so you saying that this shit don't make sense, but since Tua started the way he started, that's just how it ended up being. Because to be fair, I watch a lot of film on Tua, and you an Alabama fan. You remember them?
Every day.
You remember them Auburn games? You remember them Georgia games? You remember you remember that LSU game? You remember that Clemson game? Shit got spooky. Look, hey, let me tell you something. You can start freshman year all you want to. Shit got spooky for Tua a lot. I ain't never seen shit get spooky for Mac Jones this last year. This last product that Mac Jones put out, I never saw it got spooky for Mac Jones. Never.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I feel like Mac Jones is better than Tua because I feel like see the problem with Alabama quarterbacks, they don't have to do much. Just don't lose the game. Don't lose the game. Just be a good point guard. You got the whole. You're surrounded by. Come on now. I admit it. We like a Maserati, man.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? On offense, we a Maserati, man. All we do is plug and play. People say, "Oh man, this class guy, we got the number 1 recruit." So. We got the best class every year. We reload every year. We got freshmen that are coming to game and give you 30. We could put a freshman quarterback in the game with freshman wide receivers, and they'll give you 30 points in the second half. Like, all you got to do is just not lose the game. That's if our quarterbacks from Alabama that come into the league, they going to have a hard time.
Let me hit you with some more real shit.
Everybody was like, Tua to the Cowboys. No.
Let me hit you with some
We're
more.
Not perfect.
Let me hit you with some more real shit. Mac Jones has made more big boy throws than Jalen Hurts did. So.
I mean, I think that was due to Nick Saban. I think Nick Saban. Remember, Nick Saban. He was the run the ball guy.
But
he wasn't pass the ball guy. He morphed into that.
But you know, but what Nick Saban is not. Nick Saban ain't no damn fool. So
no, that's why I say he morphed into that.
So he ain't finna be like, oh, we got Jalen Hurts, let's throw the football. That's some bullshit. But when you get Tua, you can throw it in. You got Mac, you can throw it in.
Hell yeah.
You can throw it in.
Hell yeah. You
so
can throw the ball down the field. Hell yeah, especially when you got them wide receivers, baby.
So in my mind, if Mac Jones is a better passer than Jalen Hurts, better player than Jalen Hurts, honestly, because just as champion Jalen Hurts was, there's a champion Mac Jones also, so that kind of evens that out. So if I think Mac Jones make better throws than Jalen, it's really Mac Jones versus Tua. And when I look at Mac Jones and they be like, well, Mac Jones' talent carried him. Mac Jones did a lot of this shit without Waddle, honestly.
Yep. Waddle got hurt in the beginning of the year. Oh man, I was crying that game.
So in my mind, as I sit up in my chair, hold on, 100 grand, let me give you one because you were real. You know what's next. You know what's next. You know what's next. So in my mind, why can't we look at Mac Jones as a top 10 guy?
You should.
Why are we overthinking?
I feel like if you a scout and you're not looking at him, you're doing yourself a disservice. And if I'm a scout, I'm looking at him, I'm happy. Please don't do it, because I'm about to get him. I think he's going to do good in the NFL. Jalen Hurts, come on, man. Jalen Hurts is not good. He's not. Listen, the Philadelphia Eagles is taking a step back. You see they cutting people? Watch how Jalen Hurts rock this year. I'm telling you right now. Everybody said, well, Jalen Hurts did good. He did good. He did good for what? A couple games?
A couple quarters.
That's what it's gonna be.
A couple quarters of the game. Because they always caught his ass in the fourth. So I mean, shit, they always caught back up.
Yeah. Now, what we always say, all defensive coordinators need is some tape on you. And they got all year to look at you. And you don't have that same cast. You're not going to have that tight end no more that the Eagles got. I think they're about to cut him. You're going to have a whole bunch of rookie wide receivers. You're going to have to draft a rookie wide receiver this year because you done cut the ones you had. And you know, come on. And that rookie that they took last year, all I keep hearing from Eagles fans is how bad he was.
That's their fault. Should have listened to Voch.
Should
have listened to Voch. It's their fault. Should have got Jefferson, goddamn. You should have got Jefferson.
You know what I'm saying?
That's your own fault.
So you tell me how Jalen Hurts going to look next year. I don't care what quarterback guru he go to.
100 grand ain't my team. That motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't my team either.
That motherfucker can throw 100 interceptions. I don't care.
The same thing was with Tua. Tua came in. He had those great couple games. What happens when they get take on you, man? What happens? Shut down. Now they want to get rid of Tua. I feel like they should have left Tua alone. He still had that injury. You should have sat for a year. Learned the system a little bit more. Maybe it would have been better to him. In the NFL, you're not going to have the perfect offense. When you're coming from Alabama, you got the perfect offense. It's not like that in the NFL. So, to be honest, I would not draft the Alabama quarterback. I would just stick to the skill positions, stick to the running back, and stick to the wide receivers.
I just really like
those
to
are gold mines, not quarterback.
I just really like to stir the pot. I just want everybody to be prepared when they out there in them streets, man. You know what I'm saying? They be out there in them streets and they hear things like, "Hey, man, like." You know what I'm saying? Mac Jones had Devontae Smith. You know what I'm saying? I was like, well, Tua did also. And Waddle. And Judy. And Rook. You know what I'm saying? I just want y'all to be prepared out of them streets because y'all going to hear them arguments, man. I don't think there's a reason Mac Jones shouldn't be in the conversation with the first four guys.
And that same offensive line that the boys ain't even get touched the sack. Same offensive line.
The same line without Jedrick Wills. So he got less than Tua. Tua had more than him. Motherfucker.
Come on, man. That's why I'm so like really in my head, Voch. I'm like, yo, should we get this line back to what it used to be?
Of course.
And just do what we did in 2016 with Zeke and playing ball protection to help out this defense? Or should we just go defensive line and see how this thing go, man? I mean, everybody talk about safeties and all that. I think we need to go first and second round on these lines, man, because these lines are important. If you got a good offensive line, you can do a lot of things. If you got a good defensive line, it'll help your corners out. It'll help your safeties out, period.
I agree.
What's the point of having a good safety if you ain't got no line, a.k.a. Jets?
Hey, man.
Come on, am I lying?
Hey, man, don't come on my show talking like that, man. Come on, man. You ain't, come on, man. Come on, man. You ain't got to do all that, man. Come on, man. People listen, man. They got kids, man. People got kids. You ain't got to come on and talk like that, man. Huh?
I mean, but for real though, I mean, if Dak could get protected more, come on, our wide receivers can. Oh my.
Let me just correct you. Let me just correct you because Dak was the #1 quarterback for 5 weeks with goddamn Terrence Steele. So we just got to get healthy. we if we I plan on adding offensive line, but we ain't got to add offensive line.
You know how people like to go ouch.
Yeah,
you know that too.
Yes,
you know how people like to.
Hey man, don't come on my show saying.
Only problem.
Listen, man, Tyron Smith got kids, man. Don't come on my show saying that about that man. That man's a legend. That man's a legend in Dallas. Don't come on, man.
He likes to go out. So if we could get you see how like the defense we come in with that second wave. And I just want to do that on offense. We can just, yo, take a breather, man. We got this second wave that's going to come right in here and going to protect that man. And Zeke can't run without a line. That's just. I'm sorry, Cowboys fans. It's not that Zeke sucks. It's not that Zeke took a step back. If he doesn't have a complete line, he can't do anything. AKA Saquon Barkley. So all you.
All right, man. I gotta get your body here, man.
It's the same thing.
I appreciate it, 100 grand. I just can't have you in here just taking shots at every damn body. Saquon's sister.
I'm just proving on point.
Saquon's sister watch my show. Saquon's sister watch my show, man. Come on, man. You can't be like that.
No, but that's what people will say when they say, "Oh, Zeke sucks. Saquon's the best." That's what they fail to see, though. So I'm just saying the truth, my dude. I'm just saying the truth.
Saquon's sister watch my show, man. Saquon Barkley's sister.
I mean, shout out.
The conference has been locked.
I'm hanging up the phone. I'm about to play the walk call so they can't hear her. All right, 100 grand. I appreciate it. All right. Let me hang up on you for the walk call go up. 100 grand, ladies and gentlemen. 100 grand, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, man, look. The Alabama conversation. It's worth having. I like to attack the narratives, man. That's why I'm here. We got 3 callers, man. We're going to end on those guys. We got how long I've been doing this? Hour 28 minutes. So I expect the next 30 minutes. I know Shaq called maybe like 8 minutes. This other call maybe like 8 minutes. G from Miami could talk for an hour if I let him. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to do the chat box, and we're going to be good. All right, we're going to be good. Saquon Barkley's sister really don't watch the show. I don't even know if he got a sister. But Zeke's mom followed me on Twitter. I got to have some restraint for that because I love Zeke's mom. And Pat Mahomes' auntie watched my show. So, hey, man, we got, we do things. You know what I'm saying? We do things. You know what I mean? Let me just one time for you know what I mean? We moving on up, Let's get Shaq on the phone and see what he's talking about. Shaq, how tired of you are seeing these entities mock Greg Rousseau to your Vikings, sir?
Well, I'm real tired of it, but the only solution I could think of is we have a great defensive line coach. So I'm hoping he could find a role for Rousseau.
Time out, Shaq.
Boy, I don't want to see it.
Time out, Shaq. 1 second. Let me just address some of my chat box because I've seen this a few times. Aaron Lewis, I've seen you put this comment that you put in there. That's like your 7th time putting it. Now, if I look in this phone and it ain't true, I'm gonna go ahead and you know what I'm saying, put you in time out now because you've been doing this all day. So I'm prepping myself to put you in time out, but whatever. I'm sorry, Shaq, the Vikings fan. Go ahead, sir.
No, you good. It's more so I'll say it comes from the fact that we drafted Danielle Hunter in the 3rd round, and he's a physical freak. So they basically think, oh, if we get Greg Rousseau, he could be the next Danielle Hunter. But people still realize you got Danielle Hunter in the 3rd round.
Yeah, but that shit's silly though. Like that, like I hate when people do that. When they be like, yeah, I mean, you can find players anywhere. Look at Danielle Hunter. But like for every Danielle Hunter, you know what I'm saying? There's 35 Rennell Wrens that didn't work. You know what I'm saying? 35 of them. So this shit don't happen all the time. Give me more than one. Give me more than 3 examples, and maybe I'll lean into it. But nah.
Yeah, I hate that conversation too because it's come from a Vikings fan. It says we drafted Everson Griffin in the 4th round, So people feel like, oh, you can wait till later round and you can pick that pick. You should get a quarterback or an offensive lineman. But if they ain't there, why are you about to just draft that position?
Yeah.
You about to just force a pick, and if that player don't develop, now you're stuck with a bad pick, and that can set your franchise back 3-4 years.
Yeah.
My dream pick, though,
Okay.
I'll say, is Jalen Waddle. If we can fix our offensive line, boy, I'd love to have Jalen Waddle on the team.
Now, there's been some talks that some of these receivers are probably going to fall to the mid first round. I don't see it. I think Chase Smith and Waddle end up going relatively early. I don't think they make it to 14. But if they do fall to 14, I think pairing, well, not even pairing because y'all got two guys already. But yeah, getting extra receiver help. Just do what you gotta do to make Kirk a little more comfortable. Or even for the day that you push Kirk Cousins off the bridge and go cheap at quarterback, then you got three receivers and a running back. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good little move.
And I can't even push Kirk off the bridge because anybody who's seen the Super Bowl, they showed the stat where Patrick Mahomes was the most pressured quarterback in Super Bowl era. Mm-hmm. And that was only one game.
Yeah.
Kirk's been dealing with that type of shit.
Yeah.
Since he had him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
So I'm like, I can't even hate on Kirk because we don't have an offensive line. He's doing the best he can.
Sure. Makes sense. Would you be opposed to trading up for a quarterback, sir? Or if you sick Kirk Cousins, would you be opposed to that?
There's only two quarterbacks I'll trade up for. It'll probably be. I know Lawrence is going to be there. That's just the pipe dream.
Fields and Wilson.
It'll probably be Fields.
Mm-hmm. Or like Lance, maybe. Yeah.
Or Lance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm phony as hell, dog. Listen, I'm so phony. How come people call my show, but I end up like interviewing them? How this work? What's this about? What the hell you want, man? Why you call my show? What you want from me?
Well, I want to wish you a happy birthday and congrats on making it another year.
Yeah, it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing. I appreciate it. I'm grateful.
Glad to see you getting some progress.
Progress in what, man? What you talking about?
Progress with your channel, man.
Oh yeah. Things. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, you're right. 61,000, man. We working, man. We trying to get to we trying to get to 100,000 by 2023. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we're gonna see what's gonna happen though. But I appreciate you, sir.
I have a quick question before I go.
Go ahead.
Did you watch any of the receiver film yet?
Hell no. I watched in passing, so you can ask your question, but I'm gonna be honest with you about where I'm at on wide receiver. I think I've watched everything but receiver, cornerback, and quarterback. I'm not gonna watch too many tight ends this year. I'm not gonna watch too many quarterbacks this year. But this month I'm gonna dig into receivers and running back pretty heavy.
All right. So Jalen Waddle versus Devontae Smith. Mm-hmm. Who do you feel is the better receiver?
I like Smith because I like nuance. I like route running. I like polish. And Waddle has some of that because Waddle is, in my opinion, Waddle better than Ruggs, actually. And the difference is Waddle's acceleration puts him over the edge. His acceleration makes him a much better yak guy than Ruggs was. You know what I'm saying? So it's a close conversation. I think there's a place for both of them. Both of them are different guys, but it ain't like Devontae slow. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't like and it's not like Waddle is super raw. You know what I mean? They're both like they both coach really well. Like they both block really well. I just like the route runners, so I'm going with the Heisman winner.
I feel you. Well, that's all. I don't want to take too much more of your time.
All right, Shaq. Appreciate
you. Hope you enjoy the rest of your birthday.
Man, I'm going to take a nap or something. I ain't finna party or nothing. I'm finna go to bed, dog. What you mean? I'm an old man, dog. Appreciate you. Salute.
All
right. Let's get this caller in. Then we're going to end with G from Miami because I know G from Miami got a list of things. He has a bevy of ideas he wants to run across this thing. 229. Who this?
Hey, hey, Voch. This is Lane from Georgia. I'm a longtime listener. I'm a Browns fan, so I've been looking at your draft content for a while.
Okay.
Ain't too heavy on the top contenders in the draft this year, but yeah, I've been thinking about calling in for a while.
Hey, man, first of all, congratulations to you and your Browns that y'all ain't drafting top 10 this year, that y'all actually got a playoff under you. Hold on, man. Let me just shout the Browns out one time. Shout the Browns out one time. I got a lot of love in like Browns Reddit and like different forums or whatever, because y'all always got the first few picks. So I always break down y'all guys. So shouts out to the Browns fans over there. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of love about you over there. But go ahead, sir. What you got for the show?
I'm gonna go back to the draft content briefly. Okay. I contributed maybe about 50 views between both your Jedrick Wills and your Grant Delpit video. But anyway, I was gonna go off of what can't remember his name. He was talking earlier about Mac Jones, how he doesn't trust him in the draft.
Okay.
With all the weapons around him. Right?
Yep.
Right. Do you remember that one dude, 2018, I think, Tiamu? He had A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, young cat coming out this year, Elijah Moore, and Dawson Knox.
Yeah.
All four are going to be, well, three of them already are solid contributors on the NFL level. Where's Tiamu? Nowhere to be found.
Sure.
Now, Mac Jones, he had basically a rotted-out wide receiver core in Devonta Smith the whole year.
Sure.
And he put on a show.
Yeah.
He's legit. If he didn't look like Hank Hill, we'd be talking top 10 easy.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I agree. He doesn't have a lot of charisma, huh? He's not very charismatic, but and that kind of works against him. But I like Mac Jones up, because at the end of the day, you still got to make those reads, you still got to make those throws, and you still got to win games versus the best talent in college football in the SEC. So I'm 100%, because everything that they saying about Mac this year, you can say about Joe Burrow last year, honestly.
Yeah, he's not the athlete that Joe Burrow was, but his feet are amazing. Like, he's got great mechanics. He moves in the pocket like on an NFL level. Like, there was one dump-off pass, I believe in the championship game, to Jalen Waddle. I think it was his only catch in the entire game.
Yeah.
He completely avoided the rush, stepped up, walked along the line of scrimmage, didn't go downfield, just dumped it off, got it to his guy for like 20 yards. He knows where to put the ball.
Right.
He is an NFL quarterback. Right. He's not going to be a world beater.
Right.
But no one's going to be disappointed with drafting him in the top 15.
Right. Fair enough. I'm a big fan of Mac Jones. I mean, he's not up there with like Trevor or Zach or nothing like that. But I think the Mac, Trey Lance, Justin Fields conversation is a real conversation, and we got to be aware of it. And we can't just not have the conversation just because the big media people not having it. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're cutting out on me here a little bit. You're talking about the Mac Jones, Justin Fields.
Yeah. I'm saying that the Mac Jones, Justin Fields, Trey Lance conversation got to be a real life conversation, opposed to just listening to the media scouts.
Right, because they all have question marks around them, but they all could be equally as successful. Trey Lance has the high ceiling. Fields, he's been consistent, has a really good running game. He's not on Jalen Hurts' level, but he's slightly better as a passer. His decision making is iffy.
Sure.
There's still the door out on whether or not he's a one-read QB. That whole stereotype isn't quite modern, but
right.
It's still a thing. Then Mac Jones, he's got everything except the look and the top-tier athleticism. outside of that, he could easily be a Kirk Cousins. Like, that's well within his realm of possibility.
Sure, and that's a good quarterback. People want to hate on Kirk Cousins all they want to, but having Kirk Cousins, like, that's a successful quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, put pieces around him, you got you a playoff quarterback. So yeah, Kirk Cousins is pretty good. Yeah.
If Kirk Cousins wasn't getting paid the whole bank and a couple McDoubles, he'd be talked about as a pretty good quarterback. They just that contract.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Contract.
That's the problem. The money, the problem. Hey man, this was a good call. You say your name was Lane?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Lane, this was a good call, man. I'm putting you down platinum. So next time you call in, I know it's you. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. I'll see you about calling in. Have a good one.
Yes, sir. Shooby-doo-boo-bop. That man said if Mac Jones didn't look like Hank Hill, he'd be a top 5 pick. That's crazy. Good quote. Last call. G from Miami. What's cracking, man?
What's good advice for some?
You need to quit smoking before you call my show, man. Wake up, dog. Don't bring my energy down. What you doing?
Nah, man. You know what I'm saying. I'm good. I'm up.
You got a lot of me shit. I'm not the police. What's good with you, G?
No, man. I just called in just to talk about like the draft. Specifically, the question that you had popped up earlier with the Alabama conversation.
Yeah.
So, like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You know, it's like fun to like bring up these topics around like, you know, March to April time, but like, I just hope like we gotta like stop treating Tua like he was like the flavor of the month. Like 2 years ago, this kid wasn't talked about like potentially, you know what I'm saying, being up there with Trevor.
Sure.
You know, and that's not a knock to Mac Jones or how you perceive it or how everyone else perceives it.
Uh-huh.
But when I was hearing, I wasn't gonna call in, but when I was hearing the Alabama guy talk, I'm just like, you know what I'm saying, like. It's one thing to have a preference over one quarterback or the other.
Sure.
But, you know what I'm saying, that this whole, you know, I'm going to devalue this guy to bring up this guy type of point, and not only him, but what the scouts have been doing with these questions, I feel like it's been really, really orchestrated, if that makes sense.
Right.
I don't know who. I know you guys just said, like, Mac Jones, you know, he's not getting a lot of hype, but I feel like it's the opposite. I feel like whoever's been running this Mac Jones campaign, I'm not saying he's like trash,
right?
But whoever's been running this campaign has been doing a pretty good job because I've heard his name talked about more than Justin Fields these past 2 months, more than Trey Lance, more than Zach Wilson. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, because no matter what happens, people keep watching film. So if you keep watching film, you're going to eventually look back at Mac Jones. And if you look back at Mac Jones, you're going to go, hey, man, why are we not talking about Mac Jones more? You know what I mean? Like, I don't get when
quarterback.
Yeah, I don't get when people in the middle of February be like, hey, man, why are we not talking about this guy? Well, because it's February. Like, we got time. You know what I'm saying? Like, some guys are on the list for March or whatever. And Mac Jones may have been on people's March list. And hell, they catching up to him. We got to April to figure it out. You know.
But just to answer your question on why Tua went top 5, as opposed to why Mac Jones is probably not getting considered top 5. I mean, it's a lot of variables.
Right.
A lot of people think it's just because Tua stepped in against the Georgia game. That's when like the national media first discovered him. But like scouts and stuff like that has always known about Tua since his Elite 11 days.
Right.
And a lot of scouts, and I know because I was reading his drafting report, a lot of scouts were writing about his potential like back in like 2016, 2017 when he was doing the Elite 11.
Sure.
I mean, what can I say? The guy played under 3 offensive coordinators. Ryan Daboll played with Mike Lofsky.
Sure.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the last year was Stark. Mac Jones played with Stark. Stark is arguably the reason why Devontae Smith won the Heisman, just because he was able to scheme him open. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say Tua had more receiving options and better receivers, and I say to a degree that's true. But if you look at the numbers, Tua's receiving core 2018. I'm not looking at 2019 when he got injured. It was 3,788 yards between the top 4 targets. And Mac Jones is 3,614 yards. So it's not much of a difference. But then you look at other variables all right, when you watch the film, Tua, arguably in his draft, I'd say arguably in the last couple of years, in terms of anticipation when he was throwing slants, short passes, the way that his hips turn when he throws those passes, there's a reason why they was comparing him to left-handed Russell Wilson.
Listen, we're not saying Tua is terrible or nothing like that. What I'm saying, this is my big point, is if I open up and I say, why isn't Mac Jones a top 5 consideration kind of guy? They'll say, oh, well, Mac Jones had a lot of help. Shit, Tua did too. So why didn't you say that about Tua? That's my point. You know what I mean?
Burrow did too. Joe Burrow
they
did
all
too.
Do.
You know
they all do. You know, they all got big help.
Trevor Lawrence did too. I agree with you with that. I don't understand why that's a knocking point.
Right.
Not every quarterback is going to be like Wentz coming out of NC, whatever college he went to.
North Dakota State.
But I just, North Dakota State. But I just feel like, really, honestly, it is the hype behind Tua. I mean, Mac Jones, there's none that rhymes with tank for Mac Jones. So it was tank for Tua. It's not tank for Mac Jones. It's not malfunction for Mac Jones. It's none of that. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, a lot of people got into the whole Mac Jones film and everything like that late. You know what I'm saying? Tua, it was early. So I mean, I do agree with you. Those are good, valid points to make. But I think if we're just comparing the two prospects, I think Tua was more talented, and the fact that he only went 5th because of his hip injury. So think about it. If he never had that hip injury, that Joe Burrow versus Tua conversation would get a lot more real. And even if he doesn't go number 1 and Joe Burrow does, I can see a scenario in which the Lions take him.
It shouldn't have been.
I can see a scenario with, you know what I'm saying? The number 2 and number 3 team. Tua
could have a Call of Duty Advanced Warfare exoskeleton with jacks from Mortal Kombat cybernetic arms. I'm not taking him over Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow was the GOAT. That's just how I felt. That's just how I feel. But I feel what you're saying, sir.
Stick to it.
But I feel what you're saying, sir.
Yeah. But besides that, just that was it. That's all I want to talk about. I mean, I would talk about my team and I would say this, Dolphins media is trying to hype up the Penei Sewell pick. I'm starting to think that it's inevitable, assuming that we don't trade for Watson. I mean, I feel like they're going to try to trade back. I would like to trade back with the Panthers because I could see them moving up for a quarterback if they don't get Watson or if Houston doesn't trade Watson. I would love that scenario in which we trade back and we were still able to grab Devontae Smith, because a lot of people got Smith falling. And I'm like, man, y'all overthinking this with this whole Smith versus Chase thing. I understand if you could Chase better than Smith, but to have some mock drafts have Smith fall into the 20s, 16, 17, I'm like, bro, that's not gonna happen. Come April, one of these teams are gonna come to their senses.
I say it all the time. Teams can't draft. As long as it ain't my team, I don't care. Let them fly. The damn Green Bay Packers can do whatever the hell they want to do. The Texans can draft as bad. Whenever they get their 3rd round, whenever they get on the board for the first time in the 3rd round, they can draft whoever the hell they want to draft, as long as my team and out here doing goofy shit. Hey, G from Miami, great call, man. Call me back again, even though I do think y'all should keep Tua and build around him. Don't listen to the noise, man. Appreciate you, dog. Salute.
Yeah. Wait, Voch, right quick.
What's up?
I'm going to leave. $100 for Greg Rousseau.
I'm sorry, what was that?
5 years.
You say
I said $100.
Okay.
$100 that Greg Rousseau in 5 years is a Pro Bowler. 5 years. We could come back to this video. 5 years. 20.
I would love to gamble with you because I grew up gambling, shooting dice in the bathroom. I'm probably gonna go home with my family for my birthday, play some bingo with them and gamble. But I'd rather take that $100, put it in Tesla, and in 5 years just have a little more money. But fam, I want to take that bet so bad because I think Rousseau is terrible. But you a Miami cat, so you probably a little more pro Rousseau than me. But I don't see it, player. But we can talk about that next time. You a lot more pro Rousseau. Matter of fact, I got time. Goddamn it, give me 5. Give me a little. Give me your thoughts. I got time. Goddamn it. Tell me why Rousseau is worth my time. Tell me why. Why should I draft Rousseau with my 10th overall pick, sir? Tell me why.
You put it out there that he should be drafted 10th overall. I think Rousseau's chilling where he's at. The teams.
Okay.
Okay. Which is normally where guys.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
That get drafted.
Let me ask you a question. Where do you think Rousseau should be drafted?
I think a fair spot for Rousseau to be drafted. If his first round is definitely in the 20s.
I think the 20s is terrible. I think that's terrible.
You think it's terrible?
I think that's terrible. Tell me why I should draft Rousseau in the 20s.
All right. Coming from somebody like me, Miami, who's been watching Greg Rousseau, paying attention to Greg Rousseau since high school when he was in Hialeah. Greg Rousseau, I go back to it's a ceiling versus floor argument. You know what I'm saying? I told you last time we were on the phone that 3 years ago Greg Rousseau was playing wide receiver and safety. He was about 215. You know what I'm saying? Since then he's packed a lot of weight. He's went into his position, his new position, and though he's not technically nuanced, he goes off his athleticism for the most part. And even then, you probably would look at that like, well, that's not enough to justify a 20-something pick. I feel like he picks on things faster. You know what I'm saying? That's just from me, coming from watching Hurricanes practice, watching this and this and that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he'll pick that position on fast. He's definitely a project. I'm not saying that, he's the real deal. You know what I'm saying? And if you say that you can't justify drafting a project in the 20s, that's fair. But to say that he has absolutely no place in the 20s because he's awful, I feel like that's a little bit unfair, Voch.
I think he's off, and I think he has no place in the 20s. And look, I love that whole he's only been playing defensive end for a year. He was 19 years old on film. I understand that. But if Joe Burrow plays safety for a season, do I look at Joe Burrow and say you suck at safety, or do we look and say, hey, man, hold on now. Hold on, Joe only been playing safety for a year now. Let's give him some time. I'm good. I'm good on that. I just don't see it. I don't see these positive traits that you seeing. You know what I mean? Like, yes, he's a long guy with some strength, but I know a long guy for sure with strength that's quicker than him, that's a little more polished than him that you can get in the late second, early thirds. So why should I take Rousseau in the first if a guy that's better than him is going in the second or third?
Let me finish that point because I said in the first round the 20s would be fair, but realistically, to me, I like Phillips better than Rousseau. Both of them are Miami Cats. I think Rousseau, it would be a greater service to him if he went second or third round. I think him leaving this year really, really, really hurt, his draft stock. I think I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of cats that you may say are a little bit more polished, a little bit more athletic, that may go second or third round. I just don't think it's that far of a jump.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this before we hang up. Miami is picking at 18. Would you pick Rousseau with your 18th overall pick?
No.
All right, cool. That's all I got. Hey, G Miami, I appreciate you, dog. You are a pillar.
Gotta be honest.
You are a pillar in my community, sir. I appreciate you for keeping it real, dog. Hey, man, call me. Hey, man, call me back next week, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, man, let me tell y'all something, man. G from Miami is my guy. He is my guy, man. I appreciate him for coming on and keeping it real, holding down for his Miami guys. But boy. Oh, man. Yeah, we good. All right. Chat box, I'm going to give y'all a good 5 minutes to ask me questions before I leave. And hop in my shower and take my nap. Chat box, what are your questions? It's a lot of reasons why, y'all possibly wouldn't be able to call into my show. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm giving you time to communicate. You may have had a question, You may be at a NASCAR race right now and it's too loud to call into my show. You know what I'm saying? Just call me. Greg Rousseau is a projection based off his freaky size, athleticism. You're grading a 21-year-old off his 19-year-old tape. The kid isn't a first-round pick, but that's not who you're drafting. The kid on tape isn't a first-round pick, but that's not who you draft. Well, whose fault is that? Whose fault? That first of all, and look, he's 19. I'm 29. Goddamn, I don't care how old you are. You. It's based on like. I can only base on what you show me. What you showing me? You know what I'm saying? Freaky size. I mean, he's tall. He's long. There are other tall and long prospects in this draft. His athleticism. There are plenty of guys more athletic than him. I'm grading off his 19 tape. That's what we got. That's what the hell we got. What else you want me to grade off of? Oh, man. Shit. Oh, bro. Shaq dropped a super chat while I was talking to G from Miami. Appreciate you, brother Shaq. He dropped a dub in here. He says, hey, some birthday money. Don't let the I Am Legend monsters distract you from being great. Appreciate you, man. P.S. They need to move the draft up since there's no combine. That's facts. We ain't gonna be doing shit for a couple weeks. They might as well do that thing early. I agree. Who are your favorite interior offensive linemen? I'm a big fan of Landon Dickerson from Alabama, Ben Cleveland from Georgia, Trey Smith from Tennessee. Well, see, I think Trey Smith is a tackle, but that's just me and my own personal nonsense. I like both the Alabama interior guys. I like Landon and I like Deontay Brown. Those are my two favorite interior guys. So, those are my two favorite guys. It's COVID's fault. And listen, if he wants to opt out because of COVID, I personally respect his decision. However, I can't grade you on film I ain't got. I simply can't grade you on film I ain't got. You know what I'm saying? Plus, we're projecting. So I'm looking at his 19-year-old film. Also, another big point about him being 19 and not impressive. This gonna blow y'all away. This gonna shock the shit out of you. I might make this point and leave because it makes so much sense. Greg Rousseau's 19-year-old film is not impressive. This draft is filled with players that had impressive 19-year-old film. Listen, y'all, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm going to fix my camera and all this zooming that it's doing is bothering me and the focusing is getting on my nerves. We're going to fix that for next time. I appreciate y'all for coming in. I appreciate the birthday wishes, man. I appreciate the super chats. Let me get down with y'all on these super chats here. AR Cowboys, Lamont, D. Trefa, Brother Twan, appreciate you. Coach Evans came through. Adrian, Nene dropped 100 because she want to take me on a date. Let me hit this button one time. Hey, Wesley came by. Appreciate you. Herman, yes, he asked me about Melifonwu. Yes, I'm just going through to make sure I read all of y'all questions. Kaiser, Joshua, Kevin came through a few times. Appreciate you, Kev. Adrian came through a few times. AT, appreciate you. And Shaq dropped a dub as well. I appreciate all y'all for coming through, showing love. Miss Scouting Pro dropped a super chat on the last one. Appreciate you, ma'am. Brother Robbie hit the Cashapp when nobody was looking. Super grateful for him. That's real behavior. You got to acknowledge real behavior. I think that's it too. April, I ain't get a chance to talk to April in a while. She was checking up on me during Texas winter and all that. So love you, April. Thank you for checking up on me. I'm grateful for y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. We're gonna keep working, keep on boogieing, and You know, just don't call me an old man. Just keep looking at me as the youthful chap that I once was. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm a youthful 29-year-old, I feel like I'm gonna be a youthful 30-year-old. Just appreciate y'all for hanging in there with me. Nick Gasher gonna be 19 before, you know what I'm saying, before you look, you know what I mean? So we're gonna be looking at him as an adult. This thing gonna keep on going, but I appreciate y'all for being here. This thing is gonna be bigger than ever at some point. I'm gonna be looking back, man. I'm gonna be looking back. The only people that's invited to the barbecue is those that's here, that was here when I was 29 years old. So when I get my 100,000 subs and we get all them new friends, I'm be like, y'all not invited to the barbecue. I'm gonna invite my people that was here when I was 29 years old when I had 61,000 subs. They the ones that's invited to the barbecue. All right? So I appreciate y'all. Y'all hold down for the Doski, Woski, the Peasky, Whiskey, man. Till next time, we got Scoutcast tomorrow with me and Jeff. Then me and Fuster King gonna tune in.